Hi, this is Sara Levin, the Artful Inker. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I'm here to share this pretty fall card with you. So let me set it aside and we'll get to the creating. For this card, we're going to use the Blossoms in Bloom stamp set. It can be found in the annual catalog from Stampin' Up!, item number 152684, or you can find that in my Stampin' Up! Store. So I've got the stamp on my Stamparatus and a piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to start with Bumblebee ink and use my sponge daubers to add the bumblebee, and I'm just going right in around the center of each flower with that. And let's set the bumblebee over here and close this. And then this stamp has been a little grabby for me since it covers such a large area. So I'm going to stick my bone folder in and help the magnets hold the paper in place. Okay, so it looks like this flower didn't really touch down. So let me ink it again over here. I believe that's the one. Yes, and we're going to give that a little firmer press with the heel of my hand. And then stick my bone folder back in here. Trying to keep my cardstock from moving. Okay, let's close up the bumblebee, and then I'm going to add some pumpkin pie to some of my flowers. It's always trying to think opposite of what is. So the top flower here is the bottom flower here. Okay, let's close this and give it a rub. And again with my bone folder. Okay, and then I want to add some Cajun craze to those remaining flowers. Trying to give this the look of a fall bouquet. So again, thinking opposites, we need to add some Cajun craze to this flower and to this flower. And then here. Okay. And then let's close this. Okay, and we're going to do that one more time with the Cajun craze. And then this time before closing, I'm going to pick this up and huff on it to moisten all of the ink that's on there. So, okay, and back in with my bone folder. And I seem to be missing this back petal here. So that one should have some pumpkin pie on it. And I'm going to ink that one more time. This one right here. It's already pretty pumpkin pied. And let's huff on it. And slide my magnet. See if that is the reason it's not touching there. And there we have it. And then I'm going to come in one more time with that bumblebee to kind of even out some of the tone in the flowers. So just a real quick, and we'll use this to blend. Okay, and pick it up and huff. Okay, lovely, vibrant fall colors there. So let's take this out of here, and we're going to move on to regular stamping to finish this up. And I want to add some leaves, and I've got my 2 leaves in this set double mounted on a block. And let me grab a piece of scrap paper. My old olive is very juicy. Make sure this, yes, it is indeed my old olive. So I want to barely touch it, stamp off, and then add some leaves in here because our bouquet needs some leaves. Now, if your ink pad is very juicy like mine, you could use the sponge dauber on these leaves. And then I have some Mossy Meadow ink here, and we're going to test that over here on the scrap sheet. And this one is quite obviously not quite as inky, which is wonderful. So and this will give us a little variation for the leaves that are here. And then we need our flower centers. Let me pop this out of the way and close it. And for my flower centers, I'm using early espresso. So I'm just going to set that right on top. Not pressing down. Okay, there's our pretty fall bouquet. Now, let's move this out of the way and get our sentiment. For the sentiment, I've got a strip of early espresso and a sentiment from our Blossoms in Bloom stamp set. And give it a quick rub. And then we're going to sprinkle on some gold embossing powder. And tap that off. Now, the secret to a good emboss on dark cardstock is to heat from behind so that you're not blowing the unheated grains around on the top of your cardstock. So I'm going to step away and heat this, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've heated my gold Stampin' Embossing powder, and I'm going to use my current favorite punch, which is the Banner's Pick-a-Punch from the August through December Stampin' Up! Catalog. And I'm just bringing this back. You can punch with it all the way out here, but I really do want the longer space between the point and my word. Sorry, couldn't say that apparently without also looking at it. So let me situate this in here. so that it is even. And I'm just lining up the top edges. Let me give this a partial squeeze so that the top edge hits here and here. And then I've got a very narrow little punch there. And then we're going to add some ribbon. And to do that, I'm going to add the tear and tape. Let's give that a little bit of a burnish with my bone folder, and which will make it easier to pull the backing off. And so first I'm going to add some of this very vanilla lace trim. And let me grab my scissors that I use for ribbon. No cutting paper with these. And then this is the Bumblebee gingham. And I want to bring that down so that they're overlapping just a little bit. And I'm using the edge of my card to trim straight. Okay, now it's time to grab those dimensionals and put a couple on the back of our sentiment. And I'm not going to trim this until I've already put it in place, since I hadn't already decided what length piece I wanted. So I'll take my paper snips and again use the edge of the card to trim that straight. Now let's move this out of the way and put the rest of the card together. So I've got a bumblebee base, and let's flip this around, and a piece of whisper white, and just adding some multi-purpose glue. Bumblebee is one of the 2020 to 2022 in colors. And then finally we're going to add dimensionals on the back of this piece. And we'll have a not very layered card, but it has lots of oomph with the way the flowers are colored, and adding the layers of ribbon. If you enjoyed this technique today and this pretty fall card, please give this video a thumbs up. I'd love for you to share it with friends. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell, and you'll be notified the next time I upload a video. And of course, all of today's products can be found in my store. You can click the link in the description below to shop the card, or go directly to the store and see what else is available. Have a great day. Bye.